And yeah. I think this channel died again. And I'm very apathetic. I don't like doing reviews anymore. Just, if you've already listened to this and you're just going, oh yeah, I agree, man. Oh, what? I'm just reminding myself why I hate reviews now. It's just a lot of things going on in my life, you know, school and Krispy Kreme. Quick reminder, you're listening to a guy who takes forever to just think of the word transcendental and has a freaking B-movie sticker on his drawer. Also, that's a shelf and I just called it a drawer, so there's that. I guess let's just start with reviews. Today is the 20th anniversary of my favorite album. Yeah, just F-ween, this isn't about them. Happy 20th to Soundtracks for the Blind. This is one of those times where there's so much that I can say that I don't know what to start with. Well, let's address the facts here. This is not an easy album. It's 2.5 hours. It goes down a lot of ruthless turns. It doesn't stick to one style, so you might be comfortable with one part of it, but not comfortable with another. But I think the toughest thing about this album is just how heavy the atmosphere of it all is. I do not recommend this album to just anyone. I do not recommend this album to anyone starting with Swans. I saved this album for last, and I'm very glad that I did. By the time you get to The Great Annihilator, you start to sense that there's just something that they're approaching, like the ending to She Lives. All of a sudden, everything just gets so grandiose and celestial and transcendental. Yeah, I guess let's just start with the atmosphere then. So I guess Hobbit is all hail the Yamlord Conquo. So this dreadful atmosphere is already so perfect. And it's amazing that this is applying to an album that has so many different freaking styles on it. The kind of atmosphere you hear in the long epic songs such as The Sound is still the same kind of dark atmosphere you hear in the weird out there tracks like Volcano. And I think that is this album's strongest point, is its atmosphere. It wouldn't be the same without it. Another example would be Turn on the Bright Lights. And obviously the music itself is freaking great. It almost feels like you're going down some sort of dark roller coaster in the beginning. Like the first 3 tracks, back to back. One of my favorite 3-track runs. Red Velvet Corridor sets up this kind of peaceful but ominous kind of instrumental. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Then it just goes way past the ominousness and goes full eerie with I Was a Prisoner in Your Skull, which just constantly gets more and more drastic and chaotic. All of a sudden there's this sharp noise in the background and this throbbing sound, and all of a sudden Giraz vocals. Holy crud, I just said vocals. Michael Giraz vocal. I just did it again. Michael Giraz Bob frickin' Saget. Now I'll do it from now on. Michael Giraz vocals come in. Only they're just these weird gargling sounds. Sounds like he's demented or something, and then you get this intense drum line. I believe they got it from a live recording from the intro track to The Great Annihilator and all that build-up leads to that tape recording of some crazy criminal guy. And the, I don't know, 5% of you watching this video who haven't listened to the album, I don't feel like I want to describe things for you, and this is not the kind of album you want to be told what it's about before you enter. So, who is this video for? Helpless Child comes on, and it's, spoiler alert, one of the best songs of all time. This song is intense in all of the best ways. The atmosphere in the first fourth is the perfect example of the atmosphere that I'm talking about with this album. The whole vocal segment, it's got some of Swans' best lyrics. Like, I'm a pretty big fan of Swans, but I never think of their lyrics when I think of them. But this song, however, this frickin' song, and then the last half. The last half comes on, man. The last half of Helpless Child and The Sound are both just this kind of monstrous, repetitious thing that I could just play on repeat forever. I've gotten into situations where I just put on The Sound, and as soon as it ends, I put it on again, and I just go through that middle section of it over and over. It's so freaking good. And you've got songs from all different kinds of styles littered throughout this album. You've got Hypo Girl, just weird, freak folkish, and you've got all these really abstract collages and stuff. Songs that just sound like pure nightmares, like I Love You This Much. Demented 90s EDM with Volcano. There's all kinds of great recordings all littered throughout of these people talking, you know, and they just found these tapes because Jarbo's father, I guess, was an FBI agent. This album is so huge. Not just, you know, in length, obviously, but in sound, in theme, in impact. And it's just so crazy to think that a lot of what makes it great came from all these different sources. Imagine for a second, just imagine, Jarbo never entered the band, and they never had these field recordings. Try to imagine I was a prisoner in your skull without that. It seems like fate to me. It seems like fate that all these things coincided and let this album exist. The first time I listened to this, I actually had trouble sleeping. Just the entire atmosphere of the thing scared me. Thinking of that sound in the beautiful days and just, oh man, it's so otherworldly. But it's a kind of otherworldly that really resonates with those deep, dreadful emotions. It very quickly was able to top Embryonic. It was very, very quick for it to top Pain is Beauty. Within 2 days, this became my favorite album. But you know what? I'm just a weirdo with a B-movie sticker. This is the closest album that I know that I can consider a 10. So I give this a very near 10 out of 10. Now, here's what I want you to do. Just freaking listen to it.
You see these? These are what you wipe your butt with, cause no one could tell, cause it's black. Like my mama.